Hi everyone, welcome along to this TechNet video looking at some green screening in Adobe After Effects. So once you've opened up After Effects, what you need to do is click on New Composition here in the middle. This will then load up your new composition settings. So what you want to do is obviously give this one a name. We're going to be doing some green screening today, so I'm just going to call this one green screen. My clip is running at 25 frames per second, so I'm just going to change that to 25 FPS. You may wish to change this to something else. And down here, the duration. So what you need to do is set the duration of your composition to match the length of the clip you're editing. Now, I have edited down a clip that is roughly 20 seconds long. So I'm just going to click 20 and click on OK. What that then does is that loads me up a blank screen like this. If I uncheck this little box down here, you can obviously see it's transparent, or if you want to see black video, that is also fine. So in my folder over here, I've got my sample of the lovely Steve Cale, who is going to be my muse for today. So like you just saw there, all you need to do with your footage is you drag and drop it from wherever folder it is in, and you put it into this box up here on the top left-hand corner. Then what you need to do is you need to then import the footage into a composition. So we simply drag it to our timeline down here. And there is the lovely Steve. Look at him go. And as you know, you can always press the spacebar and you'll start playing the clip. Now this is just some B-roll from our awards footage. As you can see, quite nicely green screen, bit of a shadow down here, but realistically Steve doesn't move outside of this box here. So we can get rid of these clips and we can get rid of most of the green screen stuff with our pen tool. So, like I said, the first thing we're going to need to do is use our pen tool. So we're simply going to click the pen tool up here on the top left-hand corner of the screen. And what we want to do is we want to obviously keep Steve, but get rid of all the things else around him. So I'm just going to do a rough keying out of Steve here. I'm going to gamble he's not going to go outside of this kind of box area here. And there we go. So what you can do is you can always play the clip to make sure that your character doesn't move outside of that box, which so far looks quite good. There he is answering his phone. Lovely jubbly. His hand doesn't move outside there. This is good so far. Might be onto a winner here. And he doesn't move outside the box. Exceptional keying. So what that basically means, so all we've done is we've got rid of all this footage around the outside. So when this exports, it will be a transparent layer, which you can then import over the top of something else. Now, the next thing we need to do is go over to the Effects and Presets window. So that is over here on the right-hand side. Sometimes this does take a while to load because After Effects does need to load a hell of a lot of effects to make it work. But once it does load, once you've got the search bar up, you simply type in the word Keylight is what you're looking for. And you're looking for the one titled Keylight and Spill Suppressor. This is the one you are after. So what we want to do is drag and drop this and place it onto your clip like so. And then over on the left hand side, you'll see that we have now added in the Keylight options. So what these options allow you to do is change the keying and change what color you want to steal and get rid of from the background. So obviously in this effects tab up here, you can see any other effects and any other controls you've put on your clip. So you might be moving things around the screen. You might have some noise reduction. You might have anything you like. So all the effects will live up in that top left window. So what you need to do is click on this eyedropper tool up here and click on some of the green like so. And what you'll notice that it's automatically taken out quite a lot of that green color already for you. Now, what you will need to do is tweak what is called the screen gain, which is this option over here. So what this does is this allows you to get rid of some of these kind of mistier parts here and here and here, and some of these little bits here, where the lighting maybe wasn't as consistent as it could have been. So all you need to do is tweak that screen gain now to adjust and get rid of as much as humanly possible, like so. Now, what we can do once we've got rid of our green around Steve is we can see how well the mask is done. So we can click on this little drop down here and we want to pick on the one that says screen matte. So it should all be white inside our box. Now, we do have a little bit of extra artifacts here, so we might need to punch this up a little bit higher. just to get rid of it. So now we've got that nice, clean, crisp line around Steve. We can't really see much going wrong there inside his body. So now, once we're happy with that, obviously this might mean you might have to tweak this up or down just to make sure you get rid of everything. Might see if I can fine-tune this a little bit better. 123 seems to have done it inside our box. Now, we're not too worried about the stuff outside of the box because that's not going to be included because of our pen tool mask getting rid of all of the background that we don't need to worry about. So now we can go back to our intermediate result, which obviously shows Steve as he is. Now, we can, of course, play this. There he is. Now, it might look laggy on the first playthrough, but that's just how After Effects is working to actually combine everything together and actually work out what it is. But you can see you've got the green render bar up here, which is recording it for you. So if we go back to these render parts, you'll see it plays at absolutely completely normal speed, like so. And that actually looks like quite a nice job there. Well done, me. Now, what you might notice around the outside, though, is this green sort of halo around him. Now, to get rid of that, all we need to do is click on this little option down here next to Advanced Spill Suppressor, click that little box to turn the effect on, and you can see that immediately dampens down that effect. Now, of course, with anything in After Effects, you can tweak it a little bit if you want, so bring this percentage up and down, and you can tweak exactly how much that's doing. But as you can see here, it has taken quite a lot of that green screen line away from him, which is brilliant and exactly what we want to do. As we play this now, there he is. Pause it so you can actually see it in real time. There we go. And it's taken quite a lot of that green line away from him. So the better you do your green screening, the better result you'll get at the end of the day. Now, of course, once you've cut out Steve, you will probably want to put him on a background of some sort. So what we have here, here's one I made earlier, a background picture that we can put behind him just to demonstrate how the effect works. So you want to drag and drop and import this JPEG into your imports window. Now, with anything with After Effects, you would always import things into this top left box first, and then we can bring it into our timeline. And now, as you can see, because I've put the background behind Steve, it now looks like that Steve is over the top of this glorious newsroom footage. As you can see, it looks quite genuine. It looks like he is indeed a news reporter answering his phone and communicating with the rest of his crew. Now, once you've finished your green screen and you want to save your Adobe After Effects project, all you need to do is just save it as an After Effects file. So you go up to File, you go up to Save, jump to the folder that your work is in, and you simply give it a title. So I'm just going to call this Steve Green Screen, and you click Save. So what you can now do that you have an After Effects file is import that into Adobe Premiere Pro, and you can just work on it like any regular clip. The advantage of doing it this way means that if you need to do any further tweaks or adjustments in After Effects, those updates are transported directly into Premiere Pro for you automatically, so you don't need to re-import any of your footage. And that is how you do green screening and keying out of objects in Adobe After Effects. We do also have a PowerPoint tutorial as well, which you can get access to through our TechNet page, so feel free to give that a read, as it gives you screenshots instead of this video for how to do this. Otherwise, this has been a TechNet video showing you how to do simple and straightforward green screening. Feel free to drop us a subscription on our old YouTube channel, follow us, check out the podcast and all the other things we do. Otherwise, I've been James. This has been Green Screening.